Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into something that is completely changing the game for language learners, artificial intelligence. We're going to see how it can be your personal tutor, your content creator, and even your co-pilot on the road to fluency. Okay, let's dive right in. First up, let's talk about how AI can step in as your very own personal tutor. And we're going to start with something that, let's be honest, we all struggle with: pronunciation. You've been there, right? Sitting in your room, repeating a word over and over, just wondering if you sound anything like a native speaker. It can feel like you're just talking into the void, with no idea if you're getting it right. But what if you had a perfectly patient, native-sounding speaker on call 24/7, ready to practice with you whenever you want, for free? While this isn't some far-off sci-fi dream, it's what modern AI tools can do for you right now. And it is so incredibly simple to get this kind of feedback. You literally just copy and paste any text, a word, a whole paragraph, whatever, into a tool like NaturalReaders. Then you pick your language, choose a voice that sounds good to you, and just hit play. The tool reads it back perfectly, and it even highlights each word as it says it. Suddenly, all that guesswork is just gone. And the control you get is just fantastic. You're not just listening, you're in the director's chair of your own practice session. You can pick from tons of different languages and accents, slow the speech way down to catch every little sound, and really drill down on those super tricky words where the stress changes, like photograph versus photography. It's basically your own personal pronunciation gym. All right, so that's the personal tutor. But now, let's take it a step further. Let's talk about how you can go from just practicing pronunciation to actually creating your own custom learning materials. This is where you stop being a passive viewer and become an active creator. Think about all the time we spend on YouTube, right? Finding awesome videos in the language we're trying to learn. But what if you could take any of those videos on a topic you're genuinely into, whether it's cooking or history or video games, and instantly turn it into a full-on interactive lesson plan? Well, you can. The process is like having your own little content factory. First, you find a YouTube video you love. Step 2, you use a tool like turboscribe.ai to get a full transcript in seconds. Third, you grab that transcript file and pop it into a generative AI like Google Gemini or ChatGPT. And for the final step, you just ask the AI to create learning materials for you based on that exact transcript. You're not stuck with boring textbooks anymore. You're creating lessons from content you actually care about. And look at the kind of stuff you can make almost instantly. A list of key vocabulary with all the definitions, comprehension questions to see if you actually got what was going on, a simplified summary of the whole thing, true-false questions. You can even get it to make gap-fill exercises to practice tricky grammar points. One 10-minute video can become an entire week's worth of learning, all tailored perfectly for you. Okay, so these tools are obviously really powerful. But here's the big question. Are they actually effective? How does AI feedback really stack up against a real, live human teacher? Let's take a look at AI's report card. When you look at the research, a really clear line gets drawn in the sand. AI feedback is amazing for immediate, consistent, nitty-gritty corrections. We're talking grammar, spelling, sentence structure. It's super fast and it never gets tired. But human feedback, that's where you get the deeper stuff. A person can give you feedback on your creativity, on how well your argument holds together, all those nuanced, context-aware insights that an AI just can't match. They both have their own superpowers. And if you want to know where all the excitement is, just look at where the research is focused. It's so telling. A huge chunk of recent studies, more than a third, are looking at generative AI like ChatGPT. This shows we're moving way beyond just using AI as a simple spell checker. We're exploring its potential for much, much deeper kinds of feedback. So what's the big verdict here? Well, it's not about AI versus human, it's about AI and human. The most effective way to learn is a hybrid approach. You let the AI handle all the high-volume, technical stuff quickly and efficiently, and that frees up the human teacher to focus their expertise on what really matters: the ideas, the structure, the creativity. Now, as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. The explosion of these tools means we really need a new set of rules for how we use them, especially when it comes to learning ethically and responsibly. And this quote really just hits the nail on the head. Language learning must remain a human endeavor. The whole point is that technology should be there to support us, to empower us as learners, not to replace the human connection and cultural understanding that make language meaningful in the first place.
So as we start using these tools more and more, we need to be guided by some core principles. The tools have to be fair, which means they're trained on diverse data so they're not biased. They have to be transparent, so you always know when an AI is assessing your work. There must always be a human in the loop for oversight and quality control. And finally, your data privacy has to be protected. These are the guideposts that keep us on the right track.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. What does all of this actually mean for you, the learner? Let's tie it all together and talk about your new partner in learning. I think this is the best way to think about it. You are the pilot, AI is your co-pilot. AI isn't here to replace your teacher or to do the hard work for you. It's an incredibly powerful assistant that's there to help you on your journey. But make no mistake, you are always the one in the driver's seat. So here's your game plan. Use AI for what it does best: instant pronunciation feedback and hammering out vocabulary drills. Become a creator and turn the content you already love into lessons that are made just for you. But always, always seek balance. Combine that lightning-fast AI feedback with the deep wisdom you get from teachers or language partners. And finally, stay mindful of the ethics so we can make sure these tools are used for good. It's all about using the right tool for the right job. So look, AI has thrown the door wide open to a whole new world of language learning. The tools are here, they're easy to access, and they are more powerful than we ever could have imagined. The only question left is, how are you going to step through it? Thanks for joining this explainer.